Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome back to some Inktober Make and Break. It is the beginning of chaos season, to say the least. Yes, ma'am? You want to join the chaos season? Come here. She wants to say hello right at the beginning. So it's Inktober. As some people might know, I'm going to be streaming Monday through Saturday. Hello. Why are you crazy right now? What happened, dude? Did you get any catnip? So I'm going to be streaming a lot starting this month. So I'm a little bit pleased that we're doing today and tomorrow and then getting a break so I can kind of get ready on Sunday. But today's day number 1. So we're getting going. I'm going to be doing 2-hour streams instead of 3-hour streams. It's going to be a different sort of whatever right now, but it'll be fun. So shout out to everybody. We're not doing the raffle anymore. Sorry about that. And last order of business while I get my cat off my desk. Oh, she's just going to sit in my lap? Okay. Last order of business is we were asked to do some cosplay. And so I now have a donation goal. It's pretty subtle. You wouldn't notice it if you weren't looking for it, but it is directly underneath me. So if you get interested in that, feel free to donate, and I will dress up as a bunny boy. So yeah, that's that. Ma'am, what has gotten into you? You chose now to be crazy? I've been up all day. I've been hanging out with her. I've been feeding her, giving her water. Everything's fine. Everything's chill. I start stream. She loses her mind. All right. You're gonna hang out right here with me. Ma'am? Okay. You know what? You're kicked off the desk. It was a nice little ride we had, but you're out. Okay. We're back. I'm here. I'm focused. We only have 2 hours. I have to go quick. I can't be freaking out for 2 hours. So, we got ourselves a little bit of a mace. Let's just dig right in. With that being said, how is everybody doing? We got CQDK in chat. How you doing? Okay, so immediately, when I think of a mace, I think we want a cylinder. I've like renounced myself to the 24 cylinder. I don't know why I'm part of the cult of the 24, but I really like 24 cylinders. I'm going to be subdividing this thing, so I'm going to go even less than that. I'm going to go 12. So we'll do that. That's going to be our beginning. Hey, we got tea here as well. Everybody loves tea. Speaking of tea, I had myself some lovely tea today because I don't want to spill it on my keyboard, so I'm not going to tilt it any more than that. But I have some lovely tea today. I have to make a confession. I don't actually have tea. I had tea. I made the tea. And then I dumped it out. Or I didn't dump it out. I made the tea. I drank like 90% of it. And then I filled the rest with water. So now I have like an Arnold Palmer with water. So for everybody that thinks that's disgusting, you're welcome. All right, so we're going to go ahead and throw on some normals here with a 45. And look at that. We got ourselves just a little pull. And we just want to go ahead and get this thing looking as clever and sweet and cool as possible. So, when I'm looking at a mace, you want to hold... How functional do I want this thing to be? It's got all these crystals on it. Maybe I don't care about the function. You know what? I don't care about the function. This is not a functional mace. You don't make a functional mace with crystals on top of it. So, we're going to go ahead and pull this mace on up. I also realize I just did this like completely incorrectly, but I know nobody's going to judge me. Absolutely nobody in chat would dare to judge my decision, so we're all going to carry on as if I didn't make a mistake. We're going to just do a little bit of that. And what I want to do is hopefully grid fill this guy. I'm hoping that works. Oh, wait. No. Go back. This guy needs to be grid filled. So we're going to grab you. We're going to go ahead and do a little bit of a grid fill. Why does that look so bad? That's not at all what I wanted that to look like. Ba-da-ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Okay, we'll grab these guys, I suppose. I don't know if this is going to turn out. I'm starting to doubt this sketch a little bit. Okay, so here is the general premise for me. We're going to do that. We're going to do the exact same thing down here. That feels like a usable mace as far as I'm concerned. And now, moment of truth. We're gonna grab that. We're gonna make like 28 is my math. No, I want an odd number. Let's do 29. I was gonna do 27, but let's go one more. It ain't gonna hurt to do one more. Okay, so we got this. Let's go ahead and grab you. We're going to apply our scale. We're going to come back down. I'm going to grab all of these boys. And we're going to do a little bit of hiding and turning, which is my favorite pastime. As some of you might know, I love hiding and turning. So let's go ahead and do some twists. I might even just twist it straight from the bottom. It's probably better if I do it this way, right? We're going to use linear because that's the only one that even remotely makes sense to me. Oh, hello. There we go. Okay, so we want it all the way up. Get it until the tip starts twisting. It's hard to see this. I believe that's good. That should be good enough for us. You're just drawing? What you working on? What's the drawing of the day? 360 looks good. But honestly, I think I want to do 720. Yep, that's going to be the one. Okay, so now the general idea should be this. We're going to go every other one. This should work. We're going to do every other one, and then we're going to turn off these top ones right here. And then I go down, and I'm going to turn off these bottom ones, and then I think we're in business. Can't be sure, but I think we're in business. So let me bring those in just a little bit. Oh no, turn off proportion. There we go. That is it. Look at that beauty. Oh, okay, when we subdivide that, it should chill out just a little bit. But we're going to try the subdivision real quick here just to see it. I'll use 2, because why not? That looks pretty good. That is a good look. We're going to put some beautiful, like, platinum metal on that, and that's going to be the most beautiful thing you've ever seen in your whole life. Color Me stoked about that one. Third was a smaller person that asked if I could draw King Ghidra, so that's what I'm drawing, but I have made a person with some animal skulls. So you're making a human version of King Ghidra, is what I'm hearing? King Ghidra is one of my favorite, like, monsters of all time. So, Color Me a big fan of this. I love King Ghidra. King Ghidorah, sorry. I say King Ghidra because I'm an MF Doom fan. And I think Take Me to Your Leader is MF Doom's best album. But I know that doesn't track for everybody, so King Ghidra is the name. There we go. I'm thinking that looks not half bad right there. We're going to take this and bring these guys in just a little bit. And maybe even bring them down a little bit to get that really nice looking curve. Does that look right? That does not look right. I made the person with the animal skull before I started on King Ghidra. Got it. Okay. You're making two separate sketches. That's the part I was not understanding. Make sure we get that nice, strong ridge right there. I want that to look like a separate piece. Okay, so that I think looks all right to me. It's maybe not perfect. This guy could use some love. Let's put some bisections in here. And I'm going to grab you as well and pull you down. Do I want this to look better? Yes. Yes, I do. Okay, so how am I going to do that? I think I'm going to merge at center and pull this spike up. Is this going to work? Every time you design a weapon, which I guess I'm just the weapon guy sometimes, but every time you make a weapon, you really want to be asking yourself, what is your fail-safe? What happens if things don't go well? And I think if things don't go well, you stab people with the tip, right? You just use this and you go to town. I think that's your fail-safe, if all fails. Oh, there we go. Hey, now we're thinking with portals. That is not the worst thing I've ever seen. I think what we want to do now is randomize it just a little bit. Make it feel a little bit more weird. Let's do a little bit of this. Make it look less like a real object, or less like an artificial object, I should say. Hey, thank you for the happy Inktober. We're just here making some stuff. Is anybody else doing Inktober? Am I the only one in chat doing Inktober this month? As somebody who's never done Inktober before, I always look at it and go like, what's happening? Like, it feels like everybody does it except for me. And now, since I was like planning it and stuff, I'm like, I don't think anybody else is doing this. Kind of a weird vibe once you get into it. Oh, you're doing one with Saf. Okay. Very good. What's Inktober? CQDK. You're going to love this. Inktober is a thing that people have been doing for a little while where you do a drawing or some sort of art project every single day. So you make something every day. Is the general idea. That's not gonna work. That looks terrible, doesn't it? That looks pretty bad. Let's not do that. You've never heard of it? Wow, that's surprising. Maybe it's a Western thing. I don't know. I mean, Western. I say Western. Wait, maybe it's an American thing, is what I really meant by that. Yeah, it's very common over here. I heard about it back in high school. Like, I've been hearing about this thing forever. I kind of wish this was a little bit more crunchy looking, but I think I don't mind it looking the way that it does right now. Like, if we say that's like a weird crystal thing, I don't know if that's the worst thing in the world. Bum ba dum bum. American Things is not the most popular here. I mean, whether it's an American or not, it's a really positive thing, I think, for artists. I think it's a cool idea, and it's something that I think is very good-spirited. The idea of people encouraging each other to improve and practice consistency, and there's a marketing aspect to it, which is a part of making art that people don't talk about, even though it's like the single most important part about making art, period. I think it's good. I don't think Inktober is specific to America. I don't either. I'm just saying it might be more popular in the West. Tablet Genius. We are making a crystal mace. How are you doing, Tablet Genius? I see you changed your profile picture in Discord. It looks like a character from the Tiny Bang story, but I don't think that's popular enough for it to actually be that. But it looks like a character from a very niche specific game that I enjoy. Okay, let's say that looks somewhat decent. You're barely going to see this, so I don't know why I'm stressing the details so much. I just want it to look kind of rocky. Although I can do that with a Vernoi, so I need to chill. We're just going to use a Vernoi. Easy. Okay, all right. I'm good. I know what we're doing. We got ourselves this bad boy, and we like him. And we got that looking correct. That's a good looking little boundary right there. Perfect. Okay. Let's do this thing. So we're going to do the exact same thing on the bottom, but this one I'm going to make kind of weird looking. Maybe I should have done them both at the same time. I don't know. I'm not going to think too much about that. I'm not going to think too much about that, because if I think too much about that, I'm going to realize that I made a mistake. There we go, and that still has its catch right there, and that is honestly good enough for me. It's not enough of a difference that I care, so I think we are set. That looks pretty good. Do I want to put a little something coming off there? I don't think so. Maybe I want to make a dome. A dome is usually a good idea on a mace. This part of the mace, if you're standing, right, you're walking around, you're adventuring, the mace is sticking out of your pocket right here, right? And you have your hand on it, and that's what you're walking with. If you put a spike here, you could work around it. You're not going to hurt yourself while you're walking if there was a spike here, but it's not super usable, and a lot of people ignore, when they're making weapons, people ignore if you can carry it or not. There's a big myth about bows that drives me nuts. People always put bow and arrows in like D&D and adventure games and stuff like that. A bow and arrow is like the least convenient hiking weapon. Like, it's not fast, it's not made for that, and it's impossible to like maneuver around your body. Yeah, I get driven just a little bit mad when people romanticize bows. It's not the best look in the world. Also, I'm looking at this, and this is not the best look in the world. I kind of think I want to do this. I think I'm going to go for like a pommel, because that looks really nice to rest your hands on. That looks so convenient. So let's say we're going to do that. Let's go ahead and delete ourselves a face, and let's go ahead and reconnect it. My friend used this picture for himself. For funny, I'm using his picture too. You got it. You should ask him where it's from, because I'm pretty sure it's from a game called The Tiny Bang Story. That looks great. That looks great. That's got the best energy right there. I don't want to hear any jokes about what it looks like. It looks great. Nope, I'm going to stick with the original shape. There we go. We got it. I don't care what that looks like. Too bad. It's a unicorn. You got it. That's the one. It's a unicorn for sure. Okay, so we have ourselves a crystal mace. Cool. Okay, so yeah, clearly you're going to use this. You're going to swing it and you're going to hit somebody with a broken little crystal. Perfect. I had a feeling. There's little cool stuff, like this metal is just nuts looking when you look at the actual detail on a mace. I'm going to skip that for now. It's a little too nuts for me. In the meantime, what I'm going to focus on is making some detail work. We have only 2 hours, so I have to keep in mind that I don't have a clutch hour that I can pull out at the end. So we're going to have to clutch a little bit earlier than we normally do. And I'm going to forget to do that at least one of these streams. But until that happens, I'm none the wiser. There we go. That is looking pretty solid. I kind of hate the way that this looks. So I'm going to grab both of those and scoot those down just a little bit. There we go. That is not bad looking. That's a pretty cool look. Next, we'll do this one. This one's a little bit weirder. But I don't mind it. Let's go ahead and extrude in here. Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Next, let's extrude into here. I don't know why I decided to catch the faces first. I wasn't thinking. We're going to extrude again. Ooh, little honey dipper. This is a little honey dipper mace. That looks so good. That looks so nice. You know what? I think we should actually do it like this, though, now that I'm looking at it. I think the honey dipper mace looks better as an actual honey dipper. Ugh. Is that too distracting? Is that too much? That might be too much. I kind of just like that. I think that's good. Oh, I want to play with it so much. I want to like make this thing go crazy. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. We're all gonna be upset about it. This is life. This is just the kind of person I am. It can't be helped. I'm too curious. I'm just too curious to make it not happen. Let's go ahead and put center. I'm already defying my own advice. Do as I say, not as I do, I suppose, is what I will tell people from here. It's terrible. What am I doing? Stop doing this. That looks terrible. No, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're all the way back. Get out of here. Get rid of those things. Okay. While we're here, I can go ahead and remove those. And I'm going to make this maybe just a little bit more round, and we'll call it right there. And I'm done messing with this. 100% done. There he is. He looks great. Perfect. Don't touch it. It looks great. Stop touching it. Okay, so we got this. Immediately, I want to just change everything. Welcome to the way of the world. Boy, that does look good, doesn't it? That does look good. Okay, we're up. just a little bit. We're just going to solidify that a little bit so we can get that really nice normal there. I'm not sure how normals transfer when you switch them out of Blender. I've always wondered that. This is a nice urn. Hey, Pyro, thank you so much. It's a beautiful urn. That looks pretty good to me. It's a little off symmetry, but I'll have to sit and dig into that for a really long time. No, it's an urn. You got it. You got it right. First try. Okay. Boom. So, you're asking yourself, what's up with this mace? It's a nice mace to send straight to the urn. Exactly. I'd be buried with this mace. So, yeah, you're going to smack somebody with this? Look at this little mace. Isn't it perfect? No. No, it's not perfect. Why is it not perfect? Because we're not done. How we're going to make this thing perfect is we're going to throw a cube up here. Here's what we're doing. This is going to get a little weird for just a moment, but I promise we'll scale it back. It will work eventually. Okay, so here's what I'm up to. We're going to grab this little guy and go down. Blood for the blood god. Hey. Your blood brother isn't here today. So you're going to be individually blooding for the day. We'll go like that. We'll go like that. And we're going to come down. That looks pretty cool to me. Out for some skulls? Oh yeah, of course. Go ahead. Let's see some skulls in their honor. Let's see a little bit of skulls. We're going to have guests and we need more glasses. Honestly, they can cup their hands. You think I made of glasses? Okay, so I'm going to make a little bit of a knife point here. Oh! The blood brother is here. Blood brother has arrived. I called you out before you even began the race. All right, there we go. That is a blade that you don't want to be hit by. You do not want to be hit by that thing. Okay, so now let's do another one. We'll squeeze it in a little bit. And we'll do some weird nonsense to it to make it look nuts. Okay, that is ruthless looking. That looks scary, man. I would not want to be hit by this. Okay, that is a crystal. We take a look at this crystal and we say shade smooth. I'm going to throw on some auto normals and see what we can make work. I think we want to shade flat. Now I have to ask myself, are we beveling this? How the heck are we going to make this work? Let's do like a triple bevel. Get it a little larger. I like the beveling way more than I like subdivision, but I'm kind of not sure how we're going to do this. Because I need a point. I need it to be like really pointy is the idea. I also need to like randomize these to some degree. How do we want to make you pointy? Am I just going to manually make this thing pointy? Why not? Let's see what it does. I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste so we have a backup just in case. Not that it took me that long to make. And let's see what we can make happen here. We're going to hit apply. We're going to edit. Let's do a sharp and pull this guy up and drop that sharp margin down quite a bit to make something that is a little ruthless looking. Yep, I do not want to be hit by that. Okay, that's perfect. That's the one right there. Do we want that to be any higher detail? I don't think it matters. If we're here, you're looking at this from here. Nah, no need. This is going to look like a sunflower. This is going to be gorgeous. Okay, we got this. Let's do some arranging first, and then I'm going to do the randomization afterwards. So we're going to go ahead and set some auto normal 60 just to keep hard edges intact, but otherwise soft edges will stay the same. Yeah, baby. That's it right there. That looks pretty good. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. We're going to choose a little bit here. I'm going to set origin to 3D cursor. We're going to go back to edit mode. You just changed your laundry and made spicy ramen. Can I have some spicy ramen? I'd like some spicy ramen. That would be lovely. Oh, wait. Hold on. I done goofed it. He done goofed it, folks. He done goofed it. There we go. That's better. Cool. You want spiced rum? Ah, man, me and rum have a weird relationship, to say the least. I'm going to say that's good enough, so we're cool. You gave him some ramen, although I think he doesn't want the ramen. Just going to put that out there. I think Pyro's not here for the ramen today. Okay, I don't know how many of these I'm going to make, but I'm just doing it. Mace handle. Okay, we're going to call it the Mace handle. I'm here in Space and Years and drink booze. Honestly, sounds about right. And I am not out of anything. Well, good. Sounds like a quality life. We're going to do a 30-degree turn on that one, and we're going to grab this one and copy and paste it. And we're going to do maybe a 30-degree turn on that one. That was a cool little twist, but I don't want to do that. Let's do a 30-degree turn on that one, and then we're going to grab this one and bring it down, and we're going to drop you a nice 30 degrees. That is the look. That's what we're going for. Okay, so copy, paste. You're going to be turned 5 times. So 360 divided by 5 comes down to 18? That doesn't sound right. 80. 360 is 80. No, that'd be 40. So it's a little less than 80. So I'm going to say 72. 72 sounds about right to me. Do I want to sit here and actually do math? No. Fun fact, Blender actually has a calculator built inside of it that I could have just used, but, oops. Oopsie daisy. Oh, perfect. It was 72. Look at that quick math. Now I'm looking at that, and I'm thinking that looks a little too dense for me. But maybe we want some density. Maybe we just want a little bit of density. Measure twice, cut once? Nah, not in the 3D world. Pour all the time. Okay, so if that one was 72, then this one has to be 60. Oh, no, it has to be way less than 60. Let's do 45. This is going to get out of control. Okay, 45. Yep, that is perfect. 45 is the one. So we're going to do 45, and then we're going to do 30. 30 is going to be our last one. And then I'm going to attempt my best shot to animate this once we're done. Anybody who has followed me long enough knows that me and animation are not the best of friends. As much as I enjoy 3D modeling and I kind of want to learn how to do everything, including character design, animation's a different ballgame for me. Animation's really complicated. People who are good at animation might as well like have a different practice than what I'm doing. Shout out to you if you can do everything, but in my experience, that's too much of a headache for me. I got way too much on my plate to learn how animation works. So we're gonna do some light animation work today. Nothing too crazy. I'm also going to take this and make this look a little bit more organic in just a moment. So we should have pretty good results here in just a sec. This should look clean as can be. Also, I'm glad I went light on the geometry now that I'm looking at how many of these we're making. So, color me pleased. All right, and then randomizing them is going to be just a fiasco. No, come back. Now you might be asking yourself, why don't you just use repetitive edits to build out this weird little sunflower that you're making? And the answer to that question is I can't copy and do the rotation with a repetitive edit. So I'm stuck doing it this way. That looks crazy. You do not want to be hit by that. Hey, what's up, Paco Moon? Okay, here's what I'm up to. I think this looks a little too straight and narrow for me. So I'm going to drop this guy down by -15. We're going to copy on each of these. Oh, wait, hold on. It's not going to like it. It doesn't like it. -15. What are we doing today? Today we are doing the Crystal Mace. Today is the first day of Inktober, and the prompt on the official Inktober, there's a million different lists, so don't get too caught up in that, but the official list says today is crystal, and I kind of don't like crystals. I know that's sacrilegious. I know we live in like the age of astrology and all that, but like I don't like crystals too much. They're fine. They're pretty. They do stuff. I'm more of a tiger's eye guy myself. And in video games, I always hate that crystals end up being like the explanation for everything. The magic crystal gave him the ability. And I'm like, whatever. I don't care. So, yeah, I stay away from it. Astrology, God help us all. Yeah, I stay away from astrology for the most part. Like, it's interesting. If somebody ran up to me and they're like, hey, would you like a tarot card reading? I'd be like, is it free? Because if you're doing it for free, like, sure, I don't care. Whatever, that's cool. Sounds fun. I don't mind. But if you're like, oh, I'm going to predict your future and you're going to find your true love, I'm like, nah, I don't care. Yeah, I'm a science guy. Always been a science guy. If it's fun, then it's fun, right? Like, when I watch a movie, I don't think like, oh boy, like this is scientific. You know, you just enjoy a movie. And astrology to me is the same thing. You can enjoy it. It's cool if you find it aesthetically pleasing. Hey, T gifted a sub. T, what motivated that? If it's free, keep valuables deep in the pockets. You know what? I can agree with that. I can agree with that. You became subscribed for science. Honestly, it's the reward you deserve. Now you have an obligation to teach everybody the holy ways of science. So I'll see you after your next convert. Excuse me. I ate a little bit of spicy Cajun pasta for lunch, and my stomach feels great, and I'm a little burpy. You wanted to be number one? All right, you're number one for October. Whoa. They will learn our peaceful ways by force. I like the magic and mysticality in fantasy. I mean, I like magic and stuff. I'm a fan. As my work should show, I enjoy magic. I have a problem when it has literally no explanation. Like, I'd have a real problem if Avatar: The Last Airbender was like, yeah, they get their magic from crystals. I'd be like, that undermines the whole point of the show. The whole point is that it's like believable, interesting, well thought out magic. You disappeared to get a snack? That's perfectly fine. Yeah, it would be trash. I really dislike when crystals are things. I am a massive, massive, massive fan of Final Fantasy IX. If you haven't played Final Fantasy IX, go legally download it from some source and play it. But like, man, it's just all about crystals. You know who does crystals, right? Crystal Chronicles. As the name should imply, Crystal Chronicles treats crystals as a plant, and you go and you harvest them to go get like some nutrients to feed something. I don't want to spoil it too much, but like, the crystals are a part of the world, but they're not like, people aren't like worshiping crystals and like gaining a bunch of magical abilities. And yeah, I don't know. Crystal Chronicles does crystals really well, in my opinion. Big fan of those Crystal Chronicles. Them boys knows what's up. I remember reading one book that said that magic is created by using particles in the air, so mages create whirlwinds more powerful. The more powerful is the magic. I mean, I can agree with that. A long time ago, in ye olde days, people believed that space was filled with a substance called aether. Aether. It gets translated weirdly. And so the general idea for a lot of people was that if you used magic, you were using like the vacuum of space. So magic used to be like the way people talk about dark matter nowadays is the way people talked about magic back in the day. So magic used to be dark matter. And now we talk about black holes as if they were magic. So we've come full circle as far as I'm concerned. Science has taken magic away. This is a world that I'm okay with. I much prefer science over magic. I prefer to know the truth than to have an aesthetic. Like, I'm all about aesthetics. I make art, right? I care about art. But if you told me, hey, we can end world hunger, okay, I'm gonna give up art. Like, I don't think the two things are mutually exclusive, so it's a silly example. But art is less important to me than worldly issues. Art is a kind of magic? Yeah, for sure. Especially people's ability to like tell stories and have them be considered like sought after. I think about SCP. There's an SCP that I read recently. Um, and the general idea of it as long as people like read SCPs, it is quote unquote real. And I was like, "Oh yeah. I love this." Hey, there we go. That looks random. It's kind of hard to identify a pattern in that. Good luck finding a pattern there. Yeah, that one's good. Okay, so now SCP is dope. I love SCP. I go a little nuts for them SCPs. I hope I live up to Nanobots era so we can do science magic. Well, I mean, it won't even be considered magic by that point. What is SCP? Man, Paco Moon, if you're anything like CQDK, and this applies to CQDK as well, you all will love SCP. SCPs are crowdsourced horror stories that follow a very specific formula. So SCPs are like, it's like creepypasta, if you know what creepypasta is, but actually good. Like, actually interesting. All right, CQDK, you have a responsibility to show show SCPs to Paco Moon. The guy with the bag head with a red mark on it, I have no clue what that is. Yeah. Okay, that to me is truly random. I have an inclination to make a very small one, but we're going to resist that for now. I'm also inclined to try and change this circle radius, but I'm not going to do that. Yeah, they're written as if they were real, which I'm quite a big fan of. I have a bunch of favorite SCPs. I like SCP a lot. I actually listen to a podcast where they do talk about SCPs every week, like once a week they do one. The first one, SCP-173, good read. What is 173? What's the name of 173? The scariest thing I've ever experienced in my life is an SCP. So let's just put that in perspective. Like, literally the scariest thing I've ever experienced in my entire life was an SCP. And man, it did something to me. Oh, the sculpture? Yeah, the sculpture is usually everyone's first little SCP. I don't love the sculpture that much. I'll say what the scariest one is, and this is with a grain of salt. Don't read it if you're overly scared of things. What comes after is horrifying. I don't know the number. I want to say it's like 1337 or something. 999. What is 999? What is that one? They're gonna change the sculpture in animated media and movies because of artists suing. That's weird. That's very weird. Hmm. little not sure about how to go forward with this. No. You know what? I need to find a way to randomize this thing a little bit more wholly. Oh, Exploring Series. There you go. That's the one. Super cute orange blob. Oh, I know about that one. Yeah, Exploring Series is the podcast that I listen to once a week. Is great. It's very crazy. Okay, so what we want to do is just take this and make some crazy shapes. We're going to do this a couple of times until we get a shape that we like. And then I'm going to grab the whole thing and we're going to round it out just a little bit. And see if that works. Does that give us a unique crystal? Not really. How in the world am I going to do this? How in the world am I going to make this guy work? You know what? I'm going to take a break from geometry for a little bit. Let's do some noting. We're down to an hour. Wow, it goes fast. This new setup goes fast. Okay, so let's make the actual, like, nodes for this thing. Crystal. Exploring Series is so good. Caleb filters the episodes for me. Very cute. Very sweet energy, that is. Okay, let's do that, and can we copy anything that I actually want to copy? No, I kind of want to name all of them, but you know what? There's no need. It's a lot of effort. I should have done it earlier. So let's do this. We're going to do poll. And I'm going to make the poll very clearly. Ouroboros cycle is my favorite. I like the Ouroboros cycle. I can get down with that. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's interesting. It's definitely like the true end timeline of the whole thing. Okay, so we got ourselves this. I kind of want to rust it out a little bit, but we'll come back to that. Do I want to rust it out now? I'm not sure. Let's do the metal first. Let's just do metal first. So I'm going to do a color ramp, and we're going to add ourselves your always your favorite, a little facing node. And we should have ourselves a nice looking little guy. Oh, that's going to be gorgeous. SCP-610 is pretty cool. What's the name of that one? Okay, we want this guy to be a little bit platinum looking. That's almost copper, which I like the copper look. The Flesh That Hates, that's an interesting one. I stay away from the Sarkis stuff a little bit just because, I don't know, it's not for me. I prefer the more existential, like, dready kind of ones. But Flesh That Hates is cool. Oh, look at that. How is that? Is that the look right there? Is that it? Is that what we're going for? There's over 6K SCPs. I give up on remembering the names. Yeah, but if you're going to say a favorite. Oh, Paco, thank you for the beautiful. That is very appreciated. Okay, that looks all right. I'm struggling a little bit to picture this. Can you name that one for me? You think you don't have a favorite? My favorite is definitely the what comes after. It just really did something to me. It really like hurt me to like hear that story. Stint it away from existential ones, particularly those about death. Yeah, my favorite would be maybe your least favorite thing in the entire universe. I would not get near that one. I think I preferred the copper look. Let's go back to the copper. There's something just so cool about the way that looks. Yeah, the copper is it. I'm such a copper lover. We just need to stick to copper. I love the way copper looks. Wow, that looks crazy. Wow, that looks crazy. I don't think twice when I do me. Okay, and if I go far... okay, that's an existential nightmare waiting to happen. We gotta up our blend a little bit. No, that is too crazy looking. That is way too crazy looking. Hey, what is up, Beryl? Beryl, I am doing pretty good. I'm taking good care of myself for once in my gosh forsaken life. Been treating myself pretty well lately. Can't be that displeased about it. You know what? I think we want to do it backwards. I think we're making a mistake doing it the other way around. Yeah. Ooh, what a song. Oh, that is so good looking. Okay. I wish it wasn't so, I wish that curve wasn't so harsh, but I think that looks just about perfect to me. I think that's the look I'm going for. Maybe a little bit more of the copper. I don't love those lines, but honestly, I think we can just say that's it. That looks pretty good. It is strangely comforting, isn't it? I agree with that. Real Mace got curves? Oh yeah, and this guy's got the curves. Now, if you were trying to make this mace usable, you would put a flat section right here, maybe bind it with leather or something, but who cares? You like Time's Up? I've never heard of Time's Up. That's a new one. I have not heard of that. Ooh. That is haunting. That is haunting how beautiful that is. Yeah, that's the one. That is haunting. I think we want to make this less... Who really cares about reality? This guy. This guy cares a lot about reality. This guy's a realism advocate. It's a bird-like thing? I've not experienced it. Saf, what are the names of the two that you just sent? I'm a very mnemonic person. I remember things mnemonically. Oh, okay, yeah. Yep. That's a new look. And if you look at this from a certain angle, oh, wow. Now, I think we want to break this up just a little bit, but we'll deal with that in just a moment. Okay, so let's say that's that. Let's add ourselves the rust. The four nations lived in peace until the Bonk Nation attacked. We're all about to get bonked. The young girl and the indestructible creature. I like the indestructible creature. The young girl, is that the one where she is like giving birth to the Scarlet King? Because that one is messy, to say the least. Okay, I really activated chat here today. I didn't realize that we were going to hit such a thing that we were all into. I didn't realize this was it. We're all in. Okay, so here's what we're up to. We're going to go detail super high, dimension super low. Oh, this is going to work. This is going to work. Folks, we're about to experience just the truest bliss in the world. This is going to work. This is going to work. True bliss incoming. I like how the young girl and the indestructible creature story overlap. Definitely. I sent one proposal to be reviewed and forgot the password, so I can't check it. Oh, no, it's actually the most story that's ever, or the most famous story that's ever been written on the platform, so well done. There we go. I think what we want to do here is now take that and pop it into a bump. Okay, we're getting real nutty here. We're getting a little crazy. I apologize for what you're about to experience. Oh, she's beautiful. Oh, she's beautiful. Oh, easy breezy, beautiful. We're going to fix that up in just a moment, but for the time being, that is good. Let's plug this into here. Why did it mod that? I don't know. That was weird. SCP-2316 apparently is racist, according to Twitch. Is it like a staff? Currently, we're just making a staff, yes, but it'll get more crazy in just a moment. How do we want to do this? Okay, so I think we want to do that, but we want to clamp it a little bit more. And having double blends, oh, that's actually a really good look. Okay, so let's clamp that. So let me go ahead and throw on a color ramp, because color ramps do literally everything, and why you would not use a color ramp is beyond me. So we're going to do that, and we're going to drop this guy down to like a 0.2. Let's do a 0.2, and we're going to do like a 0.9. There we go. That is kind of nuts looking. Yep, that's the look right there. We got these weird little bits in here, but otherwise, it is looking pretty crystal clear to me. I'm going to grab my helmet. Yeah, get your helmet. It is a cognition hazard. Didn't know Twitch was this advanced. What if Twitch was in on SCPs? That would kind of make my life. Okay, so that is that. That's such a cool look. Yes. Oh, we've done it. Okay. Boom. Shout out to this bad boy right here. I don't care what you say. This is it. This is as good as it gets. Go read up on Ballistic Dilemma and then kill me for that. I'm gonna not. Ballistic Paradox. What is Ballistic Paradox? Would you like to just tell us what it is? Because that would be very nice. Okay. That is going to be small enough for me to feel comfortable with. Yeah, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this, copy you, and we're going to put you into the roughness. You got booze in you? Sorry. That's what you get for bringing up something and not telling us what it is. All right, Paco Moon's on the lurk. Catch you on the other side, Paco Moon. There we go. Now that is it. Oh, we are cooking with fire today. We are cooking. Okay, let's take this strength down just a little bit. A 0.6, not bad. We can go even more than that. Oh, beautiful, 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 Peter. Okay, that's that. Now we're going to do one last one, and this one is going to be here. And we're going to plug you in, and we're going to put a bunch of rusty colors in here. So I need to see a black, and I need to see a white. So we want like a dark rust sort of color. Now, I don't know why it's not condensing as hard as we want it to. The point of Ballistic Paradox is that there's going to be a super infinite AI that can calculate and simulate everything that it was in the past, and it knew that it's going to exist and it didn't help building it. I don't think that is necessarily inherently true, though. I'm not sure if that's even the idea of the thought experiment, but I think the idea that AI desires things like that is a human construct. A lot of people freak out about AI. I don't freak out about AI that much. AI doesn't scare me as much as it scares everybody else, apparently. Every time people get freaked out about AI, I'm always like, have you seen humans? Like, have you seen how we act? I'm not that scared of AI. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. It's a mimetic hazard. I can get down to that. I'm just not that worried about AI, is what I'm getting at. Okay, there we go. That is the scale that I think we want to be living at. That is the scale we want to live at, and I think we want it to be pretty dark. Pretty dark, less resolution. And same with you, less resolution, maybe a little bit lighter. How is that for rust? How does that look for rust? I would say that is not bad looking rust. I'd say that looks pretty good as far as I'm concerned. I'd say that looks nearly real. The colors are off. But I'm not that upset about it. Call 1-800-SCP. Alright, can we live with this? I think we can live with this. It's got such a good level of blend to it that we're just big chilling in the house tonight. Part of me wants to use random displacement on these crystals now that I'm really thinking about how to do this. I kind of hate displacement. I don't really understand displacement. But getting a little bit of displacement on here might be the ticket. So let's do some displacement. Let's see what that does. Let's call you Crystal. Crystalline. We're going to push a little bit of this guy up here so I can do the displacement separate. And we're going to just hope and pray that this works, which it definitely won't, but oh well. Oh well is what I always say. We got a lot of little crystals here. Okay, so we got this guy. Let's also do this. This guy's going to be crystal as well. So I just need to make sure this is set correctly. If I do this, we're screwed, right? Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't care. It don't care. Okay, so that's good. We're going to pop all this up. Sure. And then we're going to go to a new one, and we're going to hit assign, and we're going to look at the whole thing is white. It is, and we're going to make you crystal. Okay, so we got 2 pieces of crystal that I can look at. So what is a crystal? Let's start with the transmission. Crystal is transmissive. Oh, you're not crystal. Crystal. There we go. Now you're crystal. So crystal is transmissive. It is super rough, or super shiny, I should say. Pretty good looking crystal right there. Simo's gonna kill me for this, but I always add a little bit of metallic to my crystals because I think it makes it look good. And then transmission roughness to give it that fog. Little fog of war. I will probably automate some of this stuff a little bit later, but that looks pretty good to me. There's a ridge here that I don't love, but I don't hate it either, so I guess it'll stay. I could do object data to replace everything if I decided to change the mesh, so I'm not as scared about that as I would have been back in the day. So let's not stress over those details. Next up, what do we want? We want ourselves a little bit of a Vernoi with these coordinates coming out the back. I might use object, or I might use UV, but we'll get there when we get there. Okay, so we can make that. If I use smooth, we'll get like shapes. If I lower smoothness, we get hard shapes. If I lower randomness, we get scales. If I lower the scale, we're gonna get that. Boy, does that look bad. Boy, does that look kind of bad. Let's try a different shape. We can make this work. We can make this work. We might do distance, actually, instead of color. Distance is usually more reliable in my experience, but with displacement, I'm always a little confused. It's been a hot minute since I've actually done displacement. I almost exclusively use bump maps, so here we go. That one looks not bad. That one looks bad. If we go back to F1 and we get rid of our smooth, and instead we say that we want distance. I have cat fur that will not leave me alone. Oh, it's so close to working. Maybe I do want to use a bump. Have I renounced myself as being the bump guy? Am I the bump guy? I might be. Better cat than the wooden monstrosity? How dare you? I like the wooden monstrosity. Okay, let's just try it. Let's just see what happens. I have a feeling we might be screwed just a little bit, and I might have to do this in a different way. I might use a noise to do this, which, don't tell Mom, but I'm going to be making noise. What does this do? Oh, that just looks so much better. That just looks infinitely better. Okay, so we got Euclidean. Let's switch to something a little bit sharper. I mean, I wanted sharp. I said I wanted sharp, and boy, we got the sharpness. Manhattan is very sharp. Malonsky is gonna be bad. Oh, it's bad. Okay. Euclidean's the only one that even remotely makes sense here. And this guy doesn't even care at all. This guy wants nothing to do with it. Okay, tell you what. We're going to go back to displacement, and I'm just going to try some random stuff real quick. This is not professional at all. This is not how I would normally try to do things, but we're trying to do something new that we've never done before. So, whatever. Yeah, science. All right, Pyro, we'll add the command just for you, but I'm going to replace one of those words because, I don't know. I'm not against cursing. There's something about cursing on the internet that feels weird to me. I curse all the time in my regular life. I have the mouth of a sailor, but duck yes? Okay, that's perfect. That's actually very good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I feel weird about cursing on the internet. I have no problem with cursing in general, but there's just something about it. Something about the internet that's so innocuous. There's something about anybody could, like, hear what you're talking about that I'm like, I don't want to put that energy out there. Maybe I care. Maybe I just don't want people to be like, that guy curses a lot. I don't know why I care about that, but I do care about it. I work with builders, so I guess I am used to it. I've always kind of worked customer service positions, so I suppose cursing has always been seen as maybe like a negative thing for me. And I just think it's like a lack of thinking about language to some degree, which is good if you're like stressed, right? If you're stressed out, you shouldn't be thinking about, oh, yes, sir, let me share my emotions with you. But, for me, I have the luxury of thinking my words through a little bit, and so I try to stay away from curses as much as possible. Just ain't my energy. It just isn't my energy. What? Let's do like 0.1 and then we'll up that detail and see what that does to it. Okay, 0.2. I don't know what we're working towards here at this point. Oh, that's the look. Okay, yep. We're here. Okay, drop it down. Let's get that exact, precise sort of thing that we're going for. Oh, that looks so good. Is this displacement? Would it work if I made it a bump? Do we care? Do we even care at all? Can this work as a bump? Take a mental snapshot of this and very quickly do a magic act. Please let me do a magic act. Thank you. Does it work as a bump? Because boy, it'd be great if this worked at a bump. Please be a bump. Please work. Oh, it totally works as a bump. All right, I'm never using displacement ever again. For anybody who might be confused about what I'm doing, what that means, etc., 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 displacement, it's a little more complicated than this, and I'm definitely not the foremost authority to be talking about this, but just from what I understand as a year-long Blender user, displacement changes the actual shape of the mesh, whereas bump puts a normal map on top of the mesh, and if you look at a very specific angle, these bumps aren't there. They're only showing up on flat faces. So you technically lose detail by doing a bump, but the geometry is way better, so who cares? Okay, so we got ourselves something that I'm proud of. So I'm going to just call it there. There's no reason to think about it more. I do not have infinite time. Now, for the color. Color. I'm going to do one additional detail. Let's throw a color ramp down here, just because I'm feeling extra weird about it. Also, am I going to make these things glow? Are these guys going to glow? Do I have to make glowing crystals? I don't think I want to. Glowing, that doesn't make sense for them to glow, in my mind. Okay, so transmission was 0.25. We got to keep that in mind. So you can be 0.25. And then we have 0 on parts of it. So it'll look kind of icy, kind of crazy looking. Looks a little bit like tinfoil, which means I should probably remove the metallic. Wow, that looks nuts. You can see the skybox in there pretty well. So that to me means that I should lower this guy to like a 0.1. Maybe even a little bit more than that, 0.2, and we should make you like a 0.4. And say that's our crystal. That's kind of a cool look. Okay, I'm in. Am I going to put a Fresnel on this? Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Okay, so let's try it. Let's just do it. Why not? Let's see what happens. We put color on normal. We put facing on this. And we hope and pray that this doesn't break everything. Please work. Please don't be crazy. Please don't be wild and insane and hard to look at. Oh, that's not bad at all. That is not bad at all. I take you and I bring you back down to a 0. And now we have these little see-through bits. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's it right there. Now we're going to do the exact same thing with our alpha. I am going to pop on alpha blend. It's going to take a little bit to process this, but once we get there, ooh, look at that. Look at that. Now we're going to invert it. Converter, color, invert. Okay, we've made something nuts today. Okay, that looks insane. It kind of looks like a hologram. I'm pleased. I'm pleased with that. That's a crazy look. That one looks less good. You know what? Nope, we're not doing that. That's way too much processing power for no good reason. So we're gonna go back to non-alpha blend, Actually, is there alpha here now? There is. What does that do for us? It looks good. Whatever it is, it looks very nice. It looks so good. Yeah, you know what? That's going to be fine. That's going to be our alpha done. I'm not going to think too much more about it. I know it's not perfect, but it's perfect enough for me, and that's all I need. I just realized that we didn't scale this, and that's why that looked so crazy. So my bad on that one. So now that we've scaled it correctly, I think I actually want it to be a little crazier again. 0.45. There we go. There we go. Those are some crystals. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. That's what you like to see. Okay, cool. Let's color him. So I hate to be the guy that uses layer weight for literally everything, but I lied. I don't hate being that person at all. We're just going to start by making something that looks cool, and then we're going to see what we end up with afterwards. So let's see. Let's see what we get ourselves into today. We got red. Ooh. Ooh, gorgeous red. I think red might be the color, just looking at this. But I will do it the hard way first. We'll give ourselves a rainbow. Come on, I know you want to process. Please don't drop my frames. Hey, there we go. I'm going to save. Look at that nuttiness. Okay, so that is crystal number 1. Let's go all the way down the line. And let's see if we can get this to work. Not biased at all. Yeah, you know me. When you look at me, you know I'm not biased. Like, it's perfect. Tell me that's not the most perfect thing you've ever seen in your entire life. You want to get clubbed to death with this thing? Look how good that looks. That looks so good. You know what this is? You know what I've just made? In 2 hours, you know what I've made? It is a gamer mace. I have made the ridiculous, like, secret weapon that you get when you 100% the save file and they give you the weapon that, like, one-shots every enemy. That's what I just made. I just made, like, the Easter egg weapon. That looks so good. I kind of want to keep it RGB. Is that the worst thing in the world? I want to keep it like this. It looks so good. It looks incredible. Oh, what a pattern. Wow, that looks so good. That looks so incredibly good. I'm over it. I'm done. That's it. We're done. We've done it. Let me go ahead and apply scale to this just in case. Folks, we're done. Folks, we've done it. This is it. This is all there is. This is all she wrote. Now, the inside of this is looking like the worst part of it. Wow. Wow. Okay, so now that that's rainbow, I don't know if I want to change anything, actually. I think I'm good. I think I'm done. Also, shout out to Blender for letting you do your mouse like this. I didn't realize your mouse scaled on the screen like that. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. Yes, I know this is ridiculous. Yes, I know this looks stupid. I don't care. I love it. I don't care how dumb it looks. I'm into it. Hey, hire me for your next game. I'm going to make the world's best looking weapons you've ever seen. Man, if there's one thing I'm good at, it's making weapons. That's for sure. Oh, I see. I see. I've done messed it up. I understand what I've done wrong now. There we go. I understand what I had done wrong. I have to fix it now. Okay, I'm less into it. I understand why that one wasn't looking correct now. So let's go up here and let's change this. Oh, man, I think I screwed it up. Man. Man. Okay, you know what? We're going to do some new blending techniques. This was not going to export to any program ever, so good luck. Yikes. That's a big yikes from me, dog. I hate that you can see that line. That line is really gross. Is that going to fix it? If we use blending mode set to the normals, we get something kind of gross. So if we set normals to object, we carry over the object data but not the noise texture. What does that give us? I might do double noise texture as well. That might work as well. Oh, man. We were so close to glory, and then I messed it up by changing the scale. What I probably should do is just scale it here, right? Clearly that's the answer. Yeah, clearly that's how I should be doing this. Okay, let's put a scale in here. Let's put a mapping node in here, and let's just take a look at what it was before. So all I need is this. All right, stay conscious here. How do we want to do this? You know what? I'm going to cheat. We're going to cheat a lot. Let's go all the way back. All the way back. All the way back. Okay, now we have the beautiful ones. There we go. Beautiful is correct. And they're set to these numbers. So let me copy those numbers on over, and then we will be set to have this pattern, but it'll be scaled correctly. Mapping. Negative 0.043. Negative 0.043 and negative 0.14. Okay, so now that guy should be looking right. Why does he look worse now? Oh, they're all scaled to different amounts. What? What is happening? Oh, I forgot to put a negative in front of this. Oh no. Man, this is complicated. I give myself quite a difficult task here. Okay, so I have a different method for fixing this. I don't want to get too locked in the details. We do not have a bunch of time. So let me come back to this. In fact, I'm just going to make it all normal again. We're going to have the whole thing. We're going to reapply our scale. We're going to say that looks fine. And then now I want the rainbow to track in a different direction. So how are we going to track the color here? I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. I was so close to greatness, and then we kind of ruined it a little bit. You know what? I think I see it. I think I see how we're going to do this. I see how we're going to do this. This is going to be the most complicated node setup I've done in a hot minute, but it will work, I promise. Okay, give me a hue saturation. That's not what I wanted. Give me a hue saturation. Plug you in there, and then we're going to take you to facing, put you on hue. That's set up to normal. That's correct. And then we take this color and reduce the amount of colors that we'll be seeing quite a bit. So I'm going to set one default color. Yep. We got it. So let's do near. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, now I take you, and we're going to make you a slightly different looking color. Maybe like a bluish something. That's pretty good. That's pretty usable as far as I'm concerned. We can also change it so that it's not perfectly rainbow. I could drop this down to a different amount. So I'm feeling pretty okay with this one. Color me satisfied with that. It's not as good as the original one, but I think I've also looked at it for such a long time that I might not have the same effect anymore. I think it looks good. I think that looks good. I might even temper it back just a little bit. It looks amazing? Well, thank you. We're kind of just losing our minds a little bit, is what we're actually doing. Okay, so I'm going to make this... This guy right here is going to be a 0.3, and this guy is going to be a 0.8. And so now we should never get to green. Oh, okay, there's green. What color are we missing? We're missing blue, sort of. So what is green? Green is this color? It is. Okay, so let's do 0.6, and we'll do like 0.1. Thank you for the save. The light? What do you mean the light? What does the light mean? Okay. Okay. We have a setup. I hate to be this guy, but I think it is time that we add this to an emissive. And we're going to take this emissive and drop the strength down a lot. Just so we have a little bit of an underglow to all of this. That just looks crazy. That's not what I expected to do today, but this is what we ended up doing today. Okay, what am I missing? I was supposed to be doing something else. I was supposed to do a little bit more than this. Here's what I think we need to do. I need to grab all these crystals, and we're going to parent them to this guy. Whoa, hello? Yeah, that'll work. Perfect. So now they're all connected. So they're all acting as one object, which is wonderful. And now I'm going to animate it, and then we're going to be set. Oh, this is going to get weird quick. This is going to get really weird really quick. Okay, you know what? Let's just go for it. I'm not going to think too hard about this. If I think too hard about this, I'm going to lose my actual mind. So let's go to main. This is going to get really weird. Okay. We're at 0. And here's what I'm going to do. We're going to set the keyframes for everything. So insert keyframe, insert keyframe. I'm going to go all the rounds and do this for everyone. Do I need to do this? Oh, shortcuts. Hell yeah. Let's go as fast as we can. This is going to get real strange in just a moment. What I should be doing is just this. There we go. This is as speedy as I think I can go. Get rid of that. Okay, and I have everything parented to the mace, so this animation is about to look amazing. I think we might have just nailed this. I think we might have just made a full-on thing. Okay. Frame 30. If I am correct, frame 30. We're good to start moving these guys. So we're going to move them up and down and all around just a little bit. We're going to move them just around a little bit. Little tiny transformations. Little tiny bits and bobs all over the place. What you want to do is make sure that we're looking in the corner of our eye to see if any of these are orange. And if they're orange, we already did them, and so we don't want to think about doing the orange ones twice. That one was orange, but I wanted to complicate it just a little bit more, so I just broke my own rule immediately after I said it. But all's well. We're going to double check that all of them have been moved a little bit in just a second, but this should be pretty good for us. And for once in my gosh forsaken life, I'm going to actually use the like weirdo interpolation mode, the logarithmic or whatever it's called. I think that's all of them. Let's come down the line and make sure that we did them all. One. Nope, we're missing one. Let's see. Let's see here. You, where are you? You can come up there. Thank you for the stretch. Let me just click through this so I don't forget what I'm doing first, and then I will do a lovely little stretch. Oh. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to grab all of them. We're going to grab every little crystal here. We're going to go to global. I'm going to scooch them all up. I did a stretch. You're on a delay is what you are. Now we're going to grab random crystals and scooch them on up. Like that. Just do little random bits and bobs here. You would want a weapon like this? All right. Explain the scenario. What would you use this for? What would you be doing with this thing? Okay, I think we are ready to go. I can change these values later. I'm not that upset about it. This is an easy fix. So let's go ahead right down the line and do it. And then we're going to do, hopefully, the easiest thing in the world to fix this, but I don't know if it's going to work or not. We're going to do a mass grab and try and post it on our frame 61. And I think that should be, like, pretty golden for us. Wear a cute dress and walk around looking hot. That might be the most, like, that might be the most un-T thing I've ever heard in my life. I love that. Okay, I kind of want to add another layer of animation to this, but we're going to call that it for now. I'm not even sure if this is going to work. Okay, so let's grab all of them. Oh, it does work. Oh, look how obnoxious that looks. Perfect. I love it. I live for this. Okay, let's grab all these guys. Let's grab everything. Copy. Go to 161. We hit paste. We look and we make sure the timeline looks okay. We didn't mess anything up by time traveling. All right. And let's start it. What just happened? Did you talk about bunny ears? This is upsetting. I cannot unsee a toilet brush. Okay, so I've briefly talked about I'm about to say toilet brush. I briefly talked about the bunny ears, but for anybody that needs a reminder, there is a donation goal directly underneath us for me to dress up as a bunny for Halloween. Chaos and Silken Coat were the main proprietors of this idea, and they're not here right now, but just so you all know, the idea was I was going to be a bunny boy. So if you have any interest in seeing a bunny boy, there's your chance. How do I want to do this? I have no expectations of anybody or anything, but the opportunity does exist if you would like it. Okay, this is going to be tedious, but we'll do it. Bum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum. Okay, so I think we are looking at what should be a pretty done deal here. I'm thinking this is not half bad. I kind of thought this was going to take longer than it did, but we're not out of the woods yet. So let me go ahead and finalize this. And then we should have ourselves an animation here before too long. Hey! Thank you for the tip. T just gave $5. We are 20% of the way to being a bunny boy. I suppose there will be a stretch goal if we reach it. But we'll get there when we get there. Can I donate to burn the wooden thing? Can't sleep because of it. If you donate, I may or may not make some really terrible looking fire and put the wooden cat on it. But before you donate, I have to double check that I still have the file for the cat, because I don't know where I put it. It is possible I already deleted it. I understand I might be cutting myself out of a donation by saying that, but I'd rather be honest than anything else. Oh wait, they're duplicating. Why are they doing that? Why are they duplicating? What's happening? What was that? Was I not doing my copies correctly? Huh, weird. You think copy-paste is kind of a done deal, right? It's kind of easy. Copy. Paste. What am I doing? How did I mess all that up? How did the copies get all messed up? That's weird. I'm not sure I understand how this happened. I was being very deliberate with my clicks. Weird. Weird that all this happened. Okay, you know what? Let's not stress the details. He just did it again. Copy. Click. Paste. What is happening? Okay, that one's good. Copy. Paste. What is happening? How did all that happen? Okay, so this should be like the last two, I think. I think we should be good after this. Weird. I suppose I just wasn't copying and pasting hard enough on my keyboard. Maybe my C key is kind of broken. I don't know. So if I look at this correctly now, we should have... One of them teleports. Why do you teleport? He looks nuts. He gets really weird. What is happening? Copy. Paste. Why? Copy. Copy. Control C, Control C. Click. Paste. What is happening? Why is it doing this? I have you selected. Copy, copy, copy. Paste. What is happening? Who is this? What are you doing? What is happening? What is happening to this thing? Okay, so I have just you selected. Just you. Just you. You're the only one. You're the only one that's being selected. We're going to grab you. We're going to go to frame 61. We're going to paste you. Hey, okay. We got everything. All right. All right, all right, all right, all right. We've done it. So we got everything sitting in here. Now I'm going to grab all of this. In fact, I'm just going to do it over here. And I'm going to go ahead and just hope and pray that we can do sinusoidal. That's not exactly what I wanted, but we're definitely on the right track. Let's do... Oh, that looks crazy. A bounce. Nope. Okay. It's not my favorite looking animation in the world, but I think it'll be all right. So we're going to take a look at this without the sheet on, and we're going to go to our rendered view. Boy, does that look a little silly. I told you, animation and me do not get along. What's nutty about this, though, what I've done to it, is I can now move this. And it keeps its animation, which is cool. Well, thank you. Very appreciated. So now we're going to do this. I'm going to move this a little bit to the side like that. And we're going to set the geometry to the 3D cursor. It's just a little too fast of an animation. You know what? I can understand that. You know what? I actually think what I should do here is let's make an empty right in the middle. And I'm going to grab everything. Mace all the way down to crystal. And then we're going to grab that empty and we're going to parent all of that to the empty. Nope, it doesn't like it. Let's just parent you to the empty. So we should have empty, mace. Okay, everything's in there. Perfect. So if I grab the mace and I go GZ, or sorry, RZ. There we go. All right, not half bad. Cool. All right, it's just a little fast of an animation. Let's go ahead and fix that up. So I'm going to grab our crystals. Let's grab all of our crystals. We're going to make the animation 3 times longer. And I'm going to grab all of that and move that to frame 121. I'm going to grab all of this. Nope, all of this. Move it to frame 90. Where I can't find frame 90. There it is. There we go. That's a little bit cleaner looking. And now we're going to go one step closer. Get it a little smaller, and we're going to grab just one crystal. And we're going to scooch you to the side a little bit, and we're going to grab you and scooch you to the side a little bit and scooch you. We're going to just do this kind of randomly. And this way they'll have slightly different timings between themselves. This should make it feel a lot less artificial, I think, hopefully, is the idea for me. Some of them should stay closer to the center. We shouldn't go all extremes. As long as they all look a little different. And I think we should be looking good. I'm going to make this thing rotate. I wanted to do one extra thing, but I think we're not going to worry about it. We're already out of time. So let's not stress those details. Almost there. Almost there. I really wish I had like random automation for this. This is stuff where I think people who are really good at Blender might just like know how to do this, but couldn't be me. Okay. There you go. That's the look. That's the look right there. Not half bad. Can't be upset about that one. That feels like a game object. It could use a little bit more love, but color me not that upset about it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just do it. We're going to do the thing that we're going to do. It's awesome. Well, thank you. Very appreciated. Let's go ahead and hit up our 90. It looks gorgeous. Very appreciated. Very, very appreciated. We have a cylinder, which is somehow weird. I don't know. Look at all that. Look at all that weird junk up there. There should be a bunch of them sitting at the bottom. No? Weird. Weird that they all look like that. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. Oh, I messed up. I done goofed it. So you know what? Too bad. I'm not doing it. I was going to do something very cool. I was going to have them spin around the staff so that the staff and them moved at a slightly different rate, but no. Can't be done at this point. So instead, I'm going to have the staff. We're going to go ahead and set the rotation to be static. So let's hit I. Let's go to normals. Let's hit up 181. And I'm going to give it a nice 360-degree spin. And we will go ahead and set that. Hello? No, no, no. I would really like it to spin 360. So it's actually being super annoying is what it's doing. So I will do this. Oh, please, just spin. We have this, which is 0. You know what? Okay, I can do 360, 360, negative 360. Will this just work? Oh boy. Yeah, that's what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted. No, we're going to come here. Back to you. And I need you to rotate in a very specific pattern. 360 along your normal. Oh, that's going to be impossible. Okay, new idea. New idea, new idea, new idea. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab you. We're going to go back to here. We're gonna put you up straight. We're going to rotate you 360 degrees. So I'm going to rotate you 0. Whoops, I forgot to do it. I did it wrong. 0. Hit those frames. Come down to here. We're going to do 360 degrees. Set those iframes. All right, perfect. And now this is parented to here, so I can just take this and rotate that like this. We gave ourselves a difficult job here today. We gave ourselves a very difficult job here today. Let's unparent them. Can I unparent you? If we delete this, what happens? Nothing. Perfect. Okay. Now I will make myself another empty. This one we will put up to here. Now we will parent you to that. Grab you, return you down to 0, and we will turn you sideways by 45 degrees. That'll work. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Okay. Let's go ahead and go to 0. Set that iframe. Oh my gosh, I've given myself even more work to do. You know what? No. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click it and set rotation to nothing. Now we click this and we go to 181. What? Oh, this is so tough. That just works? Okay, sure, whatever. I don't know anymore. I don't understand anything anymore. I'm losing my mind. You're going to be 360. And I'm going to say we are done. We did it. Oh, we did it. We did it. We did it. Should it be even further away? I don't know. Should it be even further away? I don't know. Let's put this at 0, and we're just going to go ahead and tilt it. This is way too chaotic for me. Thank you for the hydrate. We are almost done, I promise. I'm really taking the time to do the finishing touches. I always cheap out on doing the finishing touches when I do sketches like this, and I always regret it. So if it's going to take us a little bit longer, it'll be worth it in the end. Okay, that should look maybe a little bit cleaner for us. You know what? I like that. That's a good look. It's like a storefront. Although I'm being very specific about this, I know. I'm being so overly specific about this thing, and I shouldn't be. but I just have like a weird preference for this. Okay, now we grab you, we go to 0. We tilt you by 45 degrees. We insert our frames. We come over to 181. We go 360. I'm a pro at this point. And we say boom. Excellent. There he is. There he is. We're done. I've done it. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. We zoom in. We say, does the rainbow show up? Not super well. Oh, it looks good, though. It looks good, though. Okay, so let's throw a camera on here. I will go ahead and add myself a little bit of a camera straight on. We're going to grab that camera and pull it way back. We'll go GY back just a little bit. Sorry, GY. Make sure it doesn't go off screen. Goes off screen just a little bit. GZ down just a little bit. GZ up just a little bit. GY back just a little bit. Look at that. Look at that beauty. It's staying blue and purple relatively, so I think we might want to grab you and just get rid of this color node right here. So let's go back to main and we will take a look at it. Show me the shaders. It doesn't get super rainbow, but honestly, it's not that bad. I think we can live with this. Let's grab our camera. Let's GY just a little bit. It doesn't go off screen. It gets pretty close. GZ down just a little bit. GY forward just a little bit. GZ down just a little bit. You really want one? Maybe I'll list this somewhere. I kind of want to make like a shop counter and like put it on a shop counter, but I think we're good. So let's go ahead and pick our poison to get this guy looking solid, and then we're done. Let me put it on a background. So we're going to go to our regular old rendered view, and we want something that's not too distracting. What do we want? Indoor country. Boy, is that distracting. Not my favorite looking thing in the world. Let's check some other ones. Let's check out... I have a really weird one. Indoor Wild, I think it is? Yes, this one. It's like a museum. Oh, whoa, careful, careful, careful. Is that what I want? That doesn't look right, does it? That's got a weird vibe to it. I don't know. I really should just make a file for this. Restaurant, cocktail bar, probably not the energy we're going for. I'm getting kind of hung up on the details of this one. Part of me thinks I should just put it on a background. We're definitely running our time into the ground, but I kind of hate all of these. So I'm going to put whatever has the best lighting on real quick, and then we're just going to go for it. Not the best lighting. Let's put on some crazy lighting. I want to see this thing, like, glow, is what I want. There we go. Okay, so that's the angle we're going for. Let's go back to our main. Let's pop ourselves on a plane. Let's rotate it by 90 degrees. Let's do a little bit of GY to throw it in the background and make it large. GY because it's not far enough back. Make it large. Okay. Now we go to our nodes and we click on that and we go to object settings, and I'm going to try my best to make a little piece of velvet. Some really mushy looking soft velvet. Why am I doing all this? I don't know, is the short answer. Let's go ahead and kick this guy up to something that we really like. And then we're going to make it really blurry. I will use a math node. And what we want to do is maybe a sign on it. What are we looking for? Cosine doesn't want to do anything. Let's do a tangent. Tangent usually doesn't give you too much. Oh, it does on this one. It's just kind of doing the same thing over and over again. So I think we're not going to use too much of this. Ping pong? I have no idea what ping pong even does. Oh, it looks good, though. You're going to be the one. That's the one. That's the one we're using. And then we're going to use some nice, soft, lilac-y sort of settings on this. Does that look right? I'm going to say I prefer it maybe a little bit darker than that. We're going to put specular down to 0. Roughness, I think, can be dropped down quite a bit. Although it doesn't want to do too much for us. No. We'll put sheen up, sheen tint up. Maybe transmission. With a little bit more on that roughness. Oh, it hates doing roughness. Transmission will be dropped down to maybe like a 0.5. And now the roughness can go up quite a bit. We have specular tint, even though we don't have specular, which makes literally no sense to me, but sure. And I think that is about as cool as I want that to look, although maybe lighter would be better. I'm having trouble really picturing this. How do we feel about that? Is that okay? Is that what we want? I feel like I'm too far gone to think about colors anymore. I think I'm just done. I think I'm over it, is what I am. You know what? I'm going to call it there. I'm going to say that's good enough. I'm going to post it just like that. Any more than that, I think I'm going to lose my mind. So let's just say that is done. So with that, I appreciate everyone for hanging out. It's been a weird one. It's been a cool one. I'm going to be back tomorrow to play some games. Same time, same place. And I will see you all month. Shout out to T for the $5 donation. Shout out to everyone for hanging out and chilling. Pretty proud of this thing, if I do say so myself. And I will see you on the other side. Goodbye.